Good evening and welcome to another episode of Zoophilia, the nature show with the innocuous title. This week we'll be exploring the wildlife of Germany.
Our first subject is the common European swan, Latin name Cygnus olor. The swan is a territorial beast, staring down any human who dares to venture near the water. It's estimated that 3,000 to 4,000 swimmers die from swan attacks every year in Europe alone. The frequency and horror of these battles wreaks havoc on the swan's mental health. They are often seen trying to end their lives by drowning. Fortunately, all swans have a petrifying fear of fish, which means swan drownings occur only in swimming pools. Next, we see the common European turtle, Furius aurelius. This cunning creature is a master of disguise. There are no fewer than 35 turtles in this shot. Can you find them all? Too late. They've already attacked. The common European turtle is known for its pugilistic nature. These turtles are executing a maneuver known as cinder blocking, attempting to drown the log with their weight. These vicious herbivores need no food, but kill for the pure joy of killing. This rare beast is the common European plague doctor bird, Mons montis. A cruel animal, it was responsible for bringing the Black Death to Europe, but, when asked, feigned innocence and blamed it all on rats. For this reason, doctors at the time adopted its white beak, ironically, as a symbol of health. Here we see the common European duck, Pompeius magnus. Ducks work in teams, with the duckling distracting victims with its cuteness, while the older duck attacks their distracted eyes with its razor-sharp beak, incapacitating them. Interestingly, the common European duck is actually a member of the python family, and can open its beak 2 feet wide to swallow its victims whole. This makes the division of food difficult, which is why we see ducks here fighting over prospective human snacks. After eating, ducks can stay dormant in a digestion phase for anywhere between 5 and 30 years. However, disturbing a dormant duck can unleash the immutable fury of an entire flock, which has been known to destroy entire cities. Thus, most European countries have laws establishing a wide exclusion zone near any sleeping ducks. You may think you see waterfowl here, but this is actually the common European birdfish, Heterus romanus. These clever fish have evolved to have dorsal fins that look like birds. They use this decoy to catch their prey, birdwatchers. When a birdwatcher approaches, the fish float near the water, but, of course, do not fly away. The birdwatcher, growing increasingly agitated, waits for them to fly, eventually dying of starvation and plummeting into the water, providing these fish with their next snack. Here you can see them diving underwater, as no birdwatchers are yet in sight. This curious creature is the common European water dog, Canis aquus. Unlike many dogs, it cannot breathe through its mouth, and instead has developed gills on its underside, which means it must spend its entire life in the water. Hybrid animals such as these were featured in the documentary Spy Kids 2: The Island of Lost Dreams, which was shot entirely on location in Germany. Finally, this gentle giant is the common European cow. Curiously, it has no Latin name. When Pope Sixtus VII released the Edict of Naples, which established Latin names for all animals, in the year 590, the cow had not yet been invented. It was developed in the late 17th century by the Dutch merchant Wilhelm van der Kauw, from whom the cow takes its name. According to legend, van der Kauw was so tired of goat's milk that he invented the cow as an alternative source of milk. It took 2 centuries for the value of the cow to be fully realized, both as a beast of burden and as a religious icon.
That concludes this week's episode of Zoophilia. Next week we'll be bringing you a special feature on animals in space. Laika the dog, Han the chimpanzee, where are they now? Until then, good night, and have a pheasant tomorrow. Curiously, with my clever outfit shown only from the waist up, it's impossible to determine whether or not I'm even wearing pants. One does hope that there are no British people watching this show. It would be highly embarrassing.